Punch EV kakali electric kepadang spelida ke Tata Motors ke bapaka bhabannya akin nong ba kum Jorusha kin nong kendong na maru battery UI hadu saus pa ar 2 kilometer. Tadapi Kwah ban test drive ya ke kakali electric kilaban wan ke showroom jang Frank Motors ke bang hapo lat korbat Mawphlang.
Tata.tv
Ulat ke jylla Meghalaya, ubalale jngoi ke lau Kyntang ke badan Mawphlang mentah ke sngi ke lai trik unai lur. Ulai Ïapbiej ke jingdon jang lau Kyntang, mat ke jingla jong ke hima duduk ki longshwa manchwa haduk ki ba mentah ban pene ya ke te ke lau Kyntang. Ulat ulale ke Mawphlang na ke jingkot sngoba jang ke KCDC. Ha ke ba ulai yu ke jat ningkonge Ri Khasi Heritage Village, bat hadin kata ulalet benrung sepo ke lau Kyntang. Ulat ke Meghalaya, ubala Pynpaw bu sngo tenat ban tip sepang ki klau. Ula Pynpaw bu Kwah ban yo yu shiing, Rudraksha uba mi hauding ubadon ha kete ke klau. Rudraksha udiu kenjash ing bala terkhong jong so na uding Eliocarpus ganitras, bat udon jiade bat ushiva hakurukom nyet ki Hindu, bat katkum gajinget uni ushing la judeng ban yada bat ban duai.
Have a site it's more than 80 hectares. So when it comes to the flora and the fauna, there are some which is also used in terms of local medicinal use, some of them which are also well prescribed by the professionals. For example, we have one of the dominated species of tree which we have here, which are the oak species. Because oak species are one of the species of tree which is also surviving in places which is as dense and also as thick as this one, where it's closer to the source of water streams.
99% of the species, we can say it as a native species.
Yes, sir.
Native species.
Yes. More of them are, some of them are also in the endangered species which are still available in this place, and which most of these plant species are not, some of them which are not available in other parts, but they're still here. And more of the plants which are here are also, like you were told, they are only present.
Any fruit bearing trees we can find here?
We do have, so, but more of them are actually the citrus fruit, which during this time is
Any
not
flower bearing?
We do have. Like, the most popular one is the this thing, Marica esculenta, which is also called as the bayberry.
Okay.
It's quite sour in the taste, which is there in the month of May, June. You can also have a taste of it. And when it comes to the fruit, some of the locals, they also use to prepare local kind of medicine use, which they use it in terms of when they have gastric problem and stuff like that.
Have been identified which are the trees can be used for the medicinal purpose and all that?
Sure, sir.
Could you able to quote some of the trees like that here?
Yes. I would like to show you one. The name of this god is called Mawphlang. So we as Khasi, we also have a culture that if there's a king in any kingdom of Meghalaya, that king should always have a sacred forest. So the reason of why a king needs to have a sacred forest is during the times of epidemic crisis or anything as such, he would be using this sacred forest to be more of a temple or a church or a holy place which we would be conducting this ritual. Okay, we have been preserving this forest for the last 600 to 800 years. But till today, it's still considered preserved and untouched. In a sense, nothing is allowed to be taken out from this forest. So this rule is not only applied to visitors who come to this place, but also to every human being who comes to this forest. Okay. So inside, we also have some of the flora and the fauna which are here.
No, even apart from that, could you able to identify these are the trees, or we can treat it as an individual species?
Yes, like it is.
No, we have made a list of such trees. Any action being taken to preserve those species?
So as of now, one of the best things that we as local community we can do is we have this kind of forest, which is also one of the best example where we can also preserve forest for the place also looking after. And also in additional to that, we also have the forest department and some of these people who are also taking in charge in looking after the preserving of the nature as well. So such kind of tree also will have one of the sacred tree which is for the Hindus. This tree right here. So this tree, in a common name they call it Rudraksha. Rudraksha tree. So in a botanical name it's called as Eliocarpus robustus. So this one is quite old, it's never bearing fruit any longer. Otherwise by this time it's actually the flowering season. So it's almost end, when it comes to the flowers almost end, then it gives out fruit. The fruit is an edible fruit where mostly Khasi we used to eat it. We also used to make pickles out of the fruit. And when it comes to the Hindu culture, they actually use it as a sacred item where they wear as an ornament.
This one, you know?
Yes, this one. I know, sir. I would also like to show you some which is from the forest, sir. Come, I'll show you more. Have some more. And one thing, sir, about these sacred things, even a lot of valuable things are which are there inside the forest. But here we have, what you say, like we actually believe that nothing can be collected from this forest. It is actually considered to be as a curse until collecting anything.
Almost
from the land.
reserved. Almost reserved. Reserve in nature. Not only reserve, preserve. Anybody guide them here?
Yes. Every
Guide also they used to take. Mandatory is
mandatory for everyone who comes to the forest, we don't know about the culture, the history of the forest.
It's good also. It's good also.
It provides jobs for the
Oh, 100%.
And the best thing is when we have guide services, we are not allowing people to go here and there.
Okay.
And now I also urge these people who actually
Ultimately,
taking,
however you guide, they have to follow it.
please try not to destroy all the plants which are here. Try to be a partner. Because when it comes to a forest which has dense and thick as this one, the growing process for these smaller plants is actually quite difficult. Because there's no presence of chlorophyll which can just pass inside.
Also, you'll give me some.
How many things learn from you?
Yeah, actually here, if I speak about the Rudraksha, have the different line also. This is the 6-mukhi Rudraksha, 7-mukhi, 3-mukhi, 4-mukhi. We have different line. What we get from, especially from the 1 up to 21. But it depends on the year also, we get this Rudraksha. Not get like easily every year. It depends on the year only. It might be fall one in the 3 years, in 4 years, up to 12 years also, like the one face Rudraksha. I think one face Rudraksha is very good like for you also. Okay. Yeah.
Way Jatkin. Bayo ni. Dia yang Rudraksha.
Rudraksha.
Bading sadu. Itu bading mana?
Apa ni? Sudah ni ya.
Aku itu bading tu dah. Bading tu.
Bading sadu.
Bading sadu. Dia ada yang apa ni?
Ya.
Mungkin ada.
Dalam kita hari ni.
Kita ni sekolah lah.
Kau kini pada kini
Jadi kebun sport Nepal ya. Sport Nepal Hyderabad, Rishikesh kebun.
This is one of the biggest ones.